Happy Sunday, everyone. We are here to make the welcome to our home wreath that I previewed the other day and that I teased you about yesterday. It is noon. So we are here, and Willowbean was here, but I guess she left for now. She'll probably come and say hi a little bit later. So happy Sunday, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'll show you the items that we've picked out to go with this welcome to our home sign. I gave you a quick little preview the other day because I've made a similar I used this sign in a similar wreath. I just picked out some of the same ribbons and some different ribbons because especially one of them I don't have anymore. I gave this as a gift. We gave it to like a second mom to us. So that is, where the original idea came from for this wreath. So we're going to go ahead and use this natural with gold tinsel in it for the base. So it won't be seen that much, but a little bit it peeks out here and there. So that is the base that we're going to use. And then on top, this one is it's cream, but it almost has, I don't know if you can see it, like a rose gold tinsel in it. I really like this one. It's kind of different. These cream ones, they work really well. And this one is unique because of the rose gold tinsel. So that one's going to go on top. And then along with another neutral, I like to use the black and white, especially because the sign has the black and then the white lettering. So that works really well for that. So that is the mesh that we're using. Then we have the ribbons over here. This one, I love this one. There's probably a little glare because the plastic is still on. It's almost like a pastel plaid. It's got blues and greens and pinks. So that one is nice. Then we have the black and white horizontal stripe to kind of also bring in the black and white that goes from the sign. And we have the other stripe up here in this ribbon. So that's one of the wide ones. Then we have this green. I really like this one too. It's a nice neutral green. It has a gold trim on it, but the green can help pull in the little greenery that's here on the sign. So we got the green. And then the final one, I've used this one a couple times. I actually used this one yesterday on the wreath that I made with my mom. That will give you a preview of that a little bit. I'll show you the final wreath for that. So there's this brown plaid with some blue and white, just to bring a different pop of color in that's not, in the rest of them or in the sign, but to be able to tie some neutral, and it's still muted enough because it's the darker blue that it's not gonna take over the wreath. So that's what we got. Let me move the ribbons back here for now, and we can go ahead and get started. Well, before we get started, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll go ahead, since I already teased you on it. I don't think that I have the ability to do this on Instagram. I mean, I can show you on my phone, but it didn't work that well the other day. But here is the final wreath that I made with my mom yesterday. Hi, Mom. I saw that you popped on. And it was beautiful. As if you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or littapothecary.com, you're seeing it now. That green teal mesh I had never used before, and I only bought one roll of it, and it worked really well, especially with and it's this same green ribbon that we're going to use today. That worked really well. So 2 of the ribbons that I used yesterday, I'm also using today. So so that I don't forget or it gets to the end, I already teased you that I would show you the final one from that yesterday. So I'll go ahead and show it to you there. And we'll come back over to the overhead and we will get started on today's wreath. So before we get started, let me do one other quick thing. Let me just share it around. I like to do that sometimes from my personal account, just so that more people can see that we're on. And it's better for me to do that now from the beginning than for me to do it later. So okay, that's fine. It's shared. And we'll come back here so I can see if there's any comments. Okay, we are good to go. So we'll get started without any further ado. And I have today for you, I have a couple wreaths to show you, which if you've tuned in recently, then you've probably seen them because they are going to be our Easter and spring wreaths, but I will just share them again. Yes, that your wreath came out amazing. I loved it too. I really am happy with how that one came out, which is good. I usually like them, and then sometimes I love a wreath, and then sometimes I'm like, it's okay. But I really loved yours, so it came out really good. So I was happy with it, and I'm glad you're happy with it. So, yeah. But yes, so I was saying I'm going to show you a couple wreaths, and I'm going to show you some of our candles. I may have shown you some of them before, but I know like the Lit Simply line, they've popped in pictures here and there, but I forget to talk about them. So I'll make sure that I talk about them. And then I brought one that's not on a stationary camera, so I'll have to show it to you. That is one of my fun ones. It's new and it's a fun one. It's basically a saying on it just from my group of friends, and I know there has to be other people that say the same thing, so I'll show you that one too. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put these down because when I do not move things so they can't fall, they always fall. So let me just do that from the beginning. Okay. So let me get my ties here to tie down the beginning, and we will go. Oh, Mama, you came? You want to visit? I'll push this out of the way. So if you want to, I'll move this over here. So if you want to jump up, it's open. Okay. Make room for her. And we're good to go. It's okay. Come on. guess she's not gonna grace you with her presence today. Maybe later. So, it's been a busy but fun weekend. I left the house yesterday for breakfast, but then I've been home for the rest of the weekend, but it's still been good. Nice and relaxing, got a lot of cleaning done. I didn't have to do too much. I did a little bit of it, but so. And now I'm making 2 wreaths. And then I have a couple Amazon returns to do later today, maybe. And then I'm sure the weekend will be over by then because it just flies. It's so fast. This tan, it's so funny. We used this tan yesterday too. This tan actually comes out really nice on the base. I've used this one as a base one other time. I really like this. I'm going to have to get more of it. I think I have one more roll. But this one was nice. I was able to get it in a 4-pack. And since I like it, I would get another 4-pack. So I'll have to do that. So yeah, so this weekend, I think I have them going right now, 2 of them. I've been testing new wicks for a new candle jar. Hopefully I'll be able to be showing it to you soon. I haven't come to a wick that I'm 100% satisfied with. I'm doing the final test on one wick. To see if it's good or if I'm not gonna do it. I've tried 2 different types right now. One of them is my normal, and that was the one I'm doing a final test. I did on a larger size yesterday, and I didn't like it. I felt like it burned the wax too fast. The next size down, I think will give the same melt pool, which I know I'm saying all this stuff, but the melt pool is, how if it makes it to the edge of the jar. So I think this next one will give a good melt pool, but it doesn't burn as fast because it doesn't burn quite as hot. So I have that one going right now, and then the other type of wick, I needed to test the larger one. It did okay yesterday, but I don't know that I'm gonna use it, but just give it the second chance just to make sure, because the first burn sometimes is different than the rest of the burns. So I already am a little over 2 hours in, 2.5 hours in, actually. So I usually like to burn at least 4 hours on a test, and then once I pick one, I do a good long power burn to make sure if someone forgets it on that it'll still be safe. So that's a lot about candles. So, but I'll be showing you some candles later, so we're covered. And all that talk, we got past the top row of the wreath with the base. So, look at that. Look at that. There we go. And sometimes I forget to say this because I know some people will be watching this on replay. If you're watching it on replay, just say hi, interact. And if there's anything, and this goes for both people watching it live or on replay, if there's anything that you'd be interested in seeing from a wreath, like a specific type of sign or saying or color, leave it in the comments, because I'll see it. I will see it. And we can see what we can do. You know, if I can find a sign that has that saying, or if it's a specific color, I'm probably going to be able to do it. I have a rainbow of colors in that closet over there, so probably if you pick a color, it's probably in there. And probably even if you think it's an ugly color, like I told my mom yesterday, it's probably in there. And sometimes a color that you think is ugly, you get to a specific sign or a wreath and you're like, oh my gosh, this ugly color works perfect and it looks really amazing. So it's all perspective, I think. And we got tons of ribbon too, so. Which, speaking of, I was thinking, and I'll mention this again at the end, I'm thinking of this week, during the week, instead of actually making a wreath during the week, what I think we might do is I've picked a sign for the next wreath that we're going to make. And maybe we'll do it next weekend. So what I was thinking of doing is it's going to be different, and I'm going to have to figure out the logistics on it, because it'll be a little chaos because I'll be moving around. But that'll be fine. I was thinking about bringing you with me here in the craft room, and we can pick out the mesh and the ribbons for that wreath that we'll do together the very next time that I'm on. So maybe that would be fun, something different, rather than, me coming and doing the same thing every time, which, I try to mix it up. I've done shower steamers with you and candles with you. That was all before Christmas, but, and then, I show you the items that we have, but I thought that would be fun and different to do. Hi, Steph. Welcome. Oh, I see you're on the new setup that has all the good different camera views. So, we are making, let's see, here. We're making a wreath with this welcome to our home sign. So, I'm excited. I've done that one other time, and I gave a quick preview the other day of what the final looked like, which I'm doing a couple different ribbons this time. Yeah, I love being able to have the overhead camera so that you can actually see me putting the ribbons on and the view. I tried to do that on Instagram too, with as much as I could with the pad. I have it up a little bit higher. But yeah, this one I can do all kinds of other things with, which is fun. So, yeah, so I'll show you later on the sign that I think I'm going to do next weekend. And then maybe this week, one night we can pick out all the mesh and ribbons for it, because that honestly can take a while. Sometimes you're lucky and you just happen to pick the right ones right off the bat, but a lot of times it's trying a lot of different things to make it look nice, and it's harder to envision it just on the table, the rolls of ribbon, than on the actual wreath form. So, okay. Let's tie tie this one off, and then we'll have the base done. There we go. My little tie. There we go. Okay. There we are. So here is the final wreath form with the base. So we're good there. And we'll go and we'll start working on the mesh, the top mesh. I'm going to pull them out here, but I think before that I might pop over and I'll show you some of the candles that I was going to show you since we just talked about them. So this one you may have seen. This is one of our newer ones, the Spring Garden. It actually, the Spring Garden name is not a new name. We had it before, but I actually reformulated with a new scent, rosemary and white sage, and the toppers were never on it before. The succulents and then the flowers. And I just think it's beautiful. I really, really like that. And then we have our luxury line of candles, which sometimes I forget to talk about. But there's the teak mahogany and elderflower spritz. Those are two of the newer scents to the line. And as you can, I don't know if you can see the top on Facebook and YouTube, but it's all natural wax. It's a blend. It's beeswax and soy and coconut wax. And in the black line, there's no dyes and there's no phthalates in the fragrance oil. But the jars are beautiful and they always burn cool. Like, they'll be a little warm, but not ever hot to the touch, which is nice. And then I will swap out for both of you guys. This is the one I was referring to. It's if I had a nickel. My friends and I, we say that all the time, like if someone makes a comment, oh yeah, if I had a nickel, like how many times has that happened? But it's got a bunch of dollar signs on the top. So I just showed Instagram. Let me swap it here so that you can see it on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll twist the top so you can get a quick little view of that. And I'll bring over here for Instagram the elderflower spritz. And this smells amazing as it just passed my nose. So we'll go ahead and we can get started again on the mesh. And keep going. This is what slows me down is my mouth. I keep running it and talking about different things, and then time goes long. So let me pick this mesh up, finish rolling up this mesh that was on the base, and then we'll get started on the top ones. I liked that this sign that we're working on today has Steph, I haven't actually made any wax melts for the spring, but I could actually turn any of them into into that because I just have the what do you call it? I have the melt wax, so I can just put the same fragrance, and that's actually a good idea. I had thought about I could take some of the larger flowers that I had and maybe do that spring garden. And actually, I do have some little teeny flowers that I could do the same with. I have a Tipsy Rose, which I have to remake more of those candles, so that's why I couldn't show it to you today. It's a wine and roses scent, and it's really good too. So I actually could do that for the spring. Make them, and they're cute. I liked the Christmas ones came out good, but I did think about doing that for some. I just need to actually sit down and do it. Let me take a quick sip of water. And let's start cutting. Oh, come on, I hate them. There we go. Put that up there. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I will look at doing that, and then I'll let you know once I get them online. Well, when I put them online too, they automatically post to Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter. I don't know why they don't have Instagram incorporated. I have to manually go and do that, but I'll put it on Instagram too. There we go. So we'll get our 4 for the top. And then I think a little bit later I have a couple of wreaths to show you, which they're probably, if you've been watching recently, you've seen them. But because we haven't been making them as quickly or as much as we do at Christmas, just because Christmas is crazy. Like, you can make one today and it's gone tomorrow. So, but you actually can make one today and it's gone today at Christmas. But yeah, so the Easter, there was one that was like that, the little Easter bunny face one. That one was so adorable. That one was gone the same day. Okay, we've got the top. I know you like this is kind of your style. I love this black and white too. I actually, this is the last roll of black and white that I have. That's this kind of check. I have like a black and white stripe, and I went to grab it the other day, but it's more Halloween. But yeah, this is. I like this, and I like both of them. I need to go and get more of this cream with the rose gold before they don't have any more. I don't know why they chose this one for spring, but it's one of the spring ones, so it's not going to be long. These little strings. Oh, let's see. And I dropped them all. know what? I'm gonna have to, I think I might flip this. Put the black and white one on top because it's being so hard to cut through. Oh, that's kind of how they flipped anyway. Down there. And it doesn't matter. It's this kind with the cotton in it. So I've got 3 of those. Need 2 more. This one keeps dropping on me. What a pain. And we're almost to the end, and we have just enough. Yeah, I'll have to straighten that end out. There we go. I'm going to separate this because this one, I wasn't satisfied with this end. There we go. Much, much better. I think lately they've changed the amount that they put on these rolls because I used to be able to do a roll and still have a good amount left. And now I do a roll and see, that's all that's left. Not enough for anything. So, and that's on both of them. They're both like that. So, this one, not much. Okay, let's start placing the mesh. I'm getting distracted again. Start on the outside since I already separated these. And I'm gonna go, I've just been in the mood to do the scrunchy poofy method lately. So that's what I'm gonna do again. And that's what I did the last time that I did this wreath too. I like it because it makes it really full. So that's what I'm doing again. I'm not happy with how that one's scrunched. So we'll start it again, much better. Yeah, and this one is so much thicker because of the type of material, this black and white. I like this black and white. I don't know if I have the picture of the one that I did available. Oh, I had it up, but I closed it to put the other wreath because I would show it to you, but I would have to search through to find it again because I actually closed it. It'll be soon enough. You'll see how the final one will look because we're making it. And this one doesn't have the blue in it. That other one I used blue, but this one I'm doing that plaid ribbon. I really like that plaid one. I think it'll introduce a couple other colors, but it's still muted enough that it looks good. This one is not going to have any flowers. The last, at least 3, I think that I did, I put flowers on. Well, the one yesterday we didn't put flowers, and so then one today, this one doesn't need it. It's already got the greenery on the sign. So, and I like that just as it is. It feels right that it's, especially with this color palette, that it's nice and simple and understated. But it says enough, I think. I like this color combination, so your house must look nice, Steph, because it's kind of that farmhouse look, I think. Which is nice. And like Joanna Gaines, like. Yeah. Yep. I forgot to grab this one the last time. This is looking good. Getting done with the outside. The bottom, the outside quicker than usual. Usually, a lot of times I'll start in the inside, and then when I go to the outside, it feels like it's forever because it's got a couple more pieces that you have to put in. We'll probably end up like that with the ribbon. Okay. Can't believe next weekend is April. The year is flying by. So fast. That looks really good. Can't believe it, but I'll be glad at the same time. Like at work, I'll be glad because maybe things can calm down. But regular, whew. Maybe the pollen can leave too. Allergies have not been fun lately. Push that in there. Cut that little brown peeking through there. Nope. I got confused. I already did the black. It's time to do the cream. There we go. will tell you it's nice doing them live during the day, because I don't know if you can tell the difference, but on the other side of the cameras back there, I have the big window open so all the natural light is coming in, and I just feel like it gives a much better view. Yeah, the 97-degree heat. Yesterday, when I was outside with Bean, and she was swimming, so she was comfortable, it was hot. Very hot. And I had to call Friday, I had to call the swimming pool people we have a swimming pool meter, water guru, that every day it tests the water for chlorine and pH and all that fun stuff. And it stopped working a couple weeks ago. Like, it stopped communicating, and I kept trying to reset it, and it would connect and everything, and then I'd go to have it do the reading, and it'd be like, oh, I can't connect. So I called them, and I guess they did a diagnostic on it, and right away they're like, oh yeah, we can't fix it. We'll send you a new one. Like, okay, hurry up, I need to test my water. Because before I got it, I was trying, I did for several years the drops, and they worked, but the last year I kept doing the drops, and it kept telling me I was having chlorine in it, but the chlorinator broke. So there really wasn't chlorine. And I'm like, well, if there's chlorine in it, why is it getting algae? So finally I bought this, and it's worked really well. Until it stopped. Yeah, too hot for that. It's only March. Not looking forward to August. There's a burger place that opened over here, a new burger place, and we tried it. I just got takeout last weekend, and it was really good, but they have an inside, but they don't have any tables. I don't know what they do inside, what they're doing inside. The kitchen's not even inside. The kitchen's like in a little trolley, so it's almost like a food truck, but they have a building. But all the tables are outside, and I was like, okay, that's fine right now, but when it gets to July and August, you need to move those tables inside. People are going to be needing air conditioning. This is Florida. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Try to lift it a little bit so you can get a better view. I like it. Yeah, this looks good. I'm happy. Okay, so we'll go ahead and push this back, and we will start doing the ribbons. While I'm getting them set up, I'll give you on Facebook and YouTube a quick little preview of one of the last wreaths that we did, the Hop into Spring. That one had a lot of floral, the floral spray on the bottom, and I like the bright oranges and yellows. I think I've shown it to you guys on Instagram, and I posted it on Instagram recently, so you can see it on the Lit Apothecary page. And the price there, the $113 is what the sale price is right now. Our excellent sale is going on. It's 12% off of everything. But I think if you buy multiple items, I can't remember if it's 3 or more, I think, you get an extra 12%. So that $113 doesn't show an extra 12%. So if there's a couple things that you see that you like, and every item, it's not just that one, you get the extra 12 off. So there's that, and I'll come back to the overhead because we're ready. I have all of my ribbons, and I have my nice new little ribbon board that says Ribbon Hoarder on the back. I think when I saw this isn't really the name of the place that I got it from. I think that they just put that on there. Maybe this leads back to their page. I don't know. But I thought it was cute. And it doesn't bend like my cardboard did before. Which my cardboard worked fine. Because I had looked, and for a cheap little piece of plastic, they wanted $30. I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for a piece of cheap little plastic. But I got a whole set of 4. I don't even remember how much I paid, but it was decent, or I wouldn't have bought it. So. And we'll get the first one snipped. Yeah, those colors, Steph, they are your colors, and I like the mix. I don't know. I think it's something about the cream with the black. It's better than, the cream is better than just white and black together. Okay, I'll bring this back here. And I have, since we just showed you the Hop into Spring wreath, I have one more wreath that I'm going to show you, and I'll show you guys on Instagram as well. I have 2. They're sister wreaths. One that's a Happy Easter, and one that is a Happy Spring, and they are very similar. They're just a different color combination. So since I have the 2, I can show both, and they'll, pretty much, if you see one, you've seen the other. I love this plaid ribbon. This is probably the 3rd time that I've used it, but it's funny. I bought it before Christmas, and I think it was with their Christmas collection, but it's not Christmassy. So there's nothing Christmas that you could really use it for. But now I've used it a lot. I really like this one. And I love this plaid ribbon. This plaid ribbon is so cute. But I think it's only maybe a spring or summer because it's a pastel. We'll get to that one in a second. I can't remember. I know I've used that plaid for 3 different ones. I can't remember which ones I used it for, though, honestly. This one is fun. I've had this one a while, and I think because it's a horizontal stripe, it kind of gives a different vibe. So sometimes it's hard to find one that it'll work with, I think. But I think it felt like it would work with this one. Yeah, I know I did it on your doxy wreath. And I had one other wreath. I don't have it in here because I don't see it. I can't remember which one I did it on. That plaid. Yeah, this is one of those ribbons. I saved the, yeah. Yep, that's what I thought. I didn't cut the plastic this time because I had a feeling it was going to be one that was difficult. We're good. We'll just keep it like that for now. I'll set it back here because I feel like if I put it on the table, it's gonna unravel. This one is so interesting with the gold trim with the black and white because so many times they put silver with black and white. But it works because I think everything has the gold trim. Even this green one has the gold trim. So, and the brown plaid has gold tinsel in it. Oops. This one is a nice. This one's a nice. I thought it was going to be silky, but it's a nice fabric-y ribbon. I love that. This little tomato pincushion. It's so cute. It's so small, but it's all that I need because I usually keep it. I have a little flower somewhere. I have it over here. A little flower pin holder. But just when I finish a roll and I have a pin in it, I toss it in here. It's so cute. And I like it because it's what, when growing up, I was used to seeing the tomato, the big tomato. So I liked getting the little teeny tomato. I'll use that pen now because it should go through this fabric. Yeah, poked through slightly. There we go. Looked weird. It looked twisted. I didn't want to snip it if it wasn't right. Okay. There we go. So, yeah. I think as soon as we get these dovetailed, I'll show you the last wreath. Because I don't want to do it too close to the end because you're going to be seeing this wreath finished at that point. But I will show you at the end the sign that we're going to be working on next week. And I had mentioned it at the beginning that I think this week, during the week, I will go live. I'm going to try something new live. I have a couple wireless cameras, so I'll just grab one and take it with me, and we can go through the ribbon closet and pick out the ribbons and the mesh to go with this sign for the wreath that we're going to make next week. Something different. You can see the behind the scenes. Maybe I'll show you the camera setup that I'm looking at that you don't see, and we'll go through the ribbons and we'll pick them out so you'll already know exactly what we're going to use the following weekend when we put it together. This sign is cute. I ordered it. I wanted an inclusivity sign. I didn't cut myself. The handle pinched my finger. So I wanted one, and the quality of this sign was really good when it came in. And that's the thing. When you order them online, you never know. Sometimes they have a really good photographer. And the sign looks really cute, and then it comes and it looks like a piece of junk. So certain places, like if you get it Amazon, you can return it easily. But other places, it's a little more difficult. Yeah, this ribbon, this brown plaid, is the quality of it. It's such a thick fabric, which is kind of nice because you put it in place with this wire, the wired edge, and it's going to stay there because it's almost like it's starched, but it's not. It's just, that's the type of fabric that it is. Go. Yeah, and speaking of Amazon, I have a couple of Amazon returns that I'm going to do after I get off the live today. I just go to Kohl's because it's not that far from the house. And I get a Kohl's coupon. But I have one camera, because if you watched last week, I was testing different cameras on the live, and I have one that froze up on me that I'm returning because it doesn't work well. I mean, it works, but you can't have a camera that freezes up in the middle of a live. So I'll return that, and then have another piece of equipment that didn't work. Wasn't powerful enough, I guess, for all the cameras that I have. So I'll be doing that. I knew. These are fine. Okay. We almost have the ribbons done, and then we'll be ready to start placing them. That's set. And now, like I had promised before we get to placing the ribbons, I'll show you over here the other wreath that I was going to show you today. And these they're like sister wreaths. There's one that has the sign with the bunny ears and the bunny feet. That one says Happy Easter and one says Hello Spring. The Happy Easter is in blues and pinks with the flowers around the sign. The Hello Spring is in purples and pinks with the same flowers. Well, the same pink flowers. The Happy Easter has some little bluish flowers because of the blue, but the Hello Spring has some little white and purple flowers that accompany it. So those are also available on the website. So just wanted to show you the other wreath, and we will go ahead and bring our wreath form back over here, and we can get started on our wreath. Let me arrange this a little bit. What I'm using now is great. Do you, when was that? Was that the camera you mean? I like that little setup. It works really well for me. Because I don't have to, hold it, which I did hold the wreath for Instagram, because they can't see all that, but I'm just trying to arrange the desk here. It's the way that I set all these things. I took up my space where I want to put my ribbon. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that's... Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, and Steph, that camera... Oh, I had the picture-in-picture off. Because I was getting set up. That camera is a better quality camera. Because before, it was simply a tablet. And it was the front-facing camera on the tablet. So the quality of it wasn't even as good as, as the back camera, the back-facing one. So yeah, this is like an actual webcam, and it's a webcam that has a ring light built into it, so it helps you get to see the wreath. Well, and it doesn't hurt that I have the daylight right now. But yeah, I'm so happy with that setup. And it's funny because that camera didn't work well for me the first time, but it was because of my USB hub and I didn't know. And I was just joking. I was like, well, I tried to adopt you, but I'm going to send you back to the orphanage. And then I figured out it was the USB hub and got a new one. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you a chance to get adopted. And it worked. So I adopted that camera. Am I going to do opposite? I think I like... Yeah. This is the second time that I've... Oh, but I think it works. This is the second time that I've done that. I don't know if you can see here. I have on one, it's not a big deal, but one I have the wider ribbon out to the side and the thin ribbon going down, and the other one, the thin ribbon is on the side and the wide one going down. They both happen to be plaid that go out. It just depends what I like better, how it looks, and I actually liked it like that. usually if the thin one goes out, that's how I end up staying. But not this time. I think it just, you could see all of the colors better this way, which is why I did that. And then I'm doing this method. I do different methods with how I place the ribbon. This method is the method where the ribbons kind of go out from the center because we have that round sign that's going to go in the middle. A lot of times I'll have them going crisscross in every which way to fill it, especially if I have a small item in the middle to kind of fill the middle in. But this one, I am doing the out from the middle method. And it will work. Oops, I dropped a ribbon. I don't know. How did I drop that ribbon? That one's not even by the edge. We'll use that one next. Yeah. There we go. This one, try jump ship. We'll get it on the Wreath. Lately, I think I've been in the mood to use this burlap wreath form because that's all I've been using. I think I might have 2 more left. It's funny, I go through phases where all I'll use is white, and then all I'll use is burlap, and then all I'll use is black. Especially Halloween, all you're using is black or orange. But funny enough, I've used some black. I even used an orange. I think I used I used white on that one. I used orange on one of them that was not Halloween, but it actually really went well. I don't remember which one. Oh, that was the carrot one. The carrot one. I like that carrot one. That carrot one's not in here. It's in the other room. Like I said, if that one doesn't sell, I'm going to keep it. So that means somebody's going to buy it. That's what happens. Just like that Nutcracker one at Christmas. I said that, and so it sold. But that's okay, because the Comfort and Joy one was the one that I kept. I don't know if you remember that one from Christmas. There was a Comfort and Joy one with bells that I made online, and it was posted for maybe like 3 days online, and I liked it too much, so it got adopted and it hung on my front door. And now it's up in the closet here because it'll go back on the front door next Christmas. That's what happens. That's the nice thing. You can really figure out which one you like. Unless somebody buys it before you decide. I mean, some of them I buy multiple signs of the same. But not all of them. Sometimes, like the bunny face that I did, the bunny wreath with the eggs, that was the only one that was available. So I couldn't, I was lucky to get the one. So that was the only one. And it turned out cute. But I'm excited. I'm excited was excited to be able to do this one today. I've been wanting to do more everyday wreaths for a while. So that'll be exciting for the next few weeks. Now, when I show you the sign for next week, that one, it could be an everyday, which I think a lot of people in our neighborhood would probably use it for every day because it's an inclusivity one and everyone is welcome. It's what it says. That's what I wanted. But it also, I guess, could go for June, for Pride Month. And but it doesn't have to because it's not overtly rainbow or anything. But I have a lot of other signs that I want to do. That I actually have the stuff. I just haven't done it. I have one for the kitchen that says "Eat" with like little cutting boards and a fork and spoon. That might be fun. That one might be fun sometime to do another. Where I do it twice. Where we do like we're gonna do this week, where we pick out the ribbons together and then we make it. I've had that sign for a while because I thought it was so cute. I've had it since before Christmas, but we were in Christmas mode then. And then I have the hello, which I don't know if you saw my little preview of this wreath during the week on Thursday. I showed the hello sign. That it's very similar. I have it over there. It's very similar to this sign. That I can do. I forgot. There's a Family Matters one that I want to do. That you might like, Steph. It's kind of rustic. It's nice. It's wood, but it's like got a whitewash, and then the writing is black. That one is. I thought it was so cute, and it's got like the jute that I'm not gonna take off because the jute is through. I might go over and grab it. So that'll be. I'm excited to do some everyday ones because we've been in holiday mode ever since Halloween, pretty much. That it'll be fun to do some different ones. And then we can pick whatever colors we want. It doesn't have to be driven by the holiday. Oh no, maybe not Family Matters. Family Gathers Here. I think it says Family Gathers Here. Yeah. I just had to get a quick sip of water, so if you saw the picture-in-picture go off, that was why. Almost, I think we've got 4 more sets of ribbon to place, and then amazingly enough, which I think I've said it before, but it feels like it's going to take a long time, but once we get these ribbons, all we have to do is put the sign on and we're done. We're getting there. We're getting there. And I think I'll put the front camera on and I'm gonna hold it up because it's hard for me to see it when I'm holding it. So a lot of times I'll put it on a wreath hook and then step back and look at it. But if I hold it up to the camera, I can see it in the camera too, to see how it looks. Like, I can see it, but it's just the angle for me sitting at. You don't really get the full picture to see what you think. And I can see it from the overhead, but sometimes it's nice to get the front view. So yeah, so I'll put the front camera on now in just a second once we place this last ribbon. I'll do it both ways. I'll lift it up for you guys on the overhead, and then I'll put the front one. Okay. So there's the overhead view. And then let's see what we got here. Here is, yeah, here it is. Back, yeah, I think it looks good. I'm kind of happy with it. The green gives it a little color. And we'll be pushing this back to put the sign in. So, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like that green. And I think once we put the sign, I'm going to just do the overhead only because I'm going to stand up now for the sign. So I don't want you to be looking at my stomach. Let me see. Where do I want the top to be? It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Okay. Where's the sign? Place it in there so we can see what we think, and then I can figure out where to put the mounting pieces. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Okay. So, let's see here. There, there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like these ribbons too. I think that, and this plaid one, the plaid, the pastel-y plaid one, I think it goes really well with this green one also. So ties it in. Okay. So I'll pull. Now I will pull. I know where I want to put the mounting pieces. I need to take the jute off of the back. So we'll do that. Sticker off. If I can. There we go. Come on. Some of them are pretty good. That's fine because this is where the Lit Apothecary sticker's gonna go, but if there's stickiness on it, that's fine. Okay, let me get these, the mounts. This will be the last. I'm gonna have to get another. I have 2 more bags of these. The last one from this bag. This Gorilla Glue has more glue in it than you think. I've been using this one for a while. And I bought more because I thought, oh, it's almost out. And I can't tell you how many wreaths I've done since I bought more glue. So. Okay. Like I eyeballed where they needed to go when we had it on there before. So that's why I kept flipping it back and forth. I'm trying to make sure that where I decided that I'm going to put it is where I'm happy. So that it makes, when I tie it, it doesn't pull it to one way or the other. Okay. There we go. Get my pipe cleaners. Okay. Get this back. I'm lining this. It looks like I'm hesitating to put this down. What I like to do is on the back of these wreath forms, there are these support little beams that hold all 3. I like to try to put the little wreath hook between one so that it doesn't slide back and forth, so that when you hang it, it actually stays centered, like it doesn't flip to one side or the other, so it stays kind of centered how it's supposed to based on the sign. So I'm just trying to make sure that when I place this in there, because it's happened to me before that I eyeball it and it looks good and I place the sign and then I'm not happy because it didn't line up how I thought. So before I tie it down, I like to make sure I think it's good. Yes, it is. Okay. So we will go ahead and tie it down now. This is the fun part. Fine, it's so funny. Getting it around the wire is a pain. And then, once you get it, you could go around that wire 1,000 more times. I don't understand it. It's like it just wants to be ornery all the time. This time I positioned it so that I don't have to have my ties next to one of these wreath ties. Just the little things you learn the more wreaths you make that just make your life easy. I mean, it doesn't hurt if it's next to one. It just makes it easier for me to tie it to the wreath form because I don't have multiple things in the way. Come on. I know you went over that wire. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. One more. Can't believe one more and then this wreath is going to be done. And then I'm going to show you the wreath we're going to be working on next week and what we'll pick out the ribbons for this week. Okay, there we go. Let me bring it back to the front camera. What do you think? Welcome to our home. I'm happy. I'll do a little closer view here. I think it came out really well. I'm really happy with it. So, set this one down. And I will, maybe I'll put this in the back. Because I want to show you, I've had it sitting over here next to me, the sign that we're going to pick out ribbons for. So I have this, this "Everyone is Welcome Here" sign. And it has the rainbow. They're so pretty. They're kind of like tie-dyed, the rainbow, but then it has all the colors of humanity on the bottom as well. And I like the font. So this one is pretty. You never know. Sometimes it's going to just look like it's a little cheap piece of paper stuck to a piece of wood. But this one actually is a good quality. So this week, and I'll post when, I don't know if it's going to be Wednesday, Tuesday. I'm going to try for Wednesday, but I don't know. I might have something to do. So I don't know if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. But I'll post it similar to how I did for today. That Miss Bean and I did a little video. I don't know if she'll make an appearance. She didn't make an appearance today. So, so we'll be picking out ribbons this week for this one. And then we will ribbons and mesh. We're going to pick it all out. So then we know what we're doing. And then next weekend, we will make this one. So, but I'll give you another quick look at the wreath that we did today before we go ahead and we say have a great weekend. So there it is again, and it was great to make another fun wreath with you guys. And so stay tuned, and I'll be posting. I posted on Facebook and Instagram what day and time we were going to do this one, and I'll do the same thing for us picking out the ribbons for that one, the ribbons and mesh. So have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and we will see you this week. Bye, everyone.